the sense of belonging. Some people die before they fulfill their desires. Such a waste of existence.
Earth is rising. Anxious Earth is rising. I'm so happy.
We spend our life searching for the sense of belonging. Some people die before they fulfill their desires. Such a waste of existence.
And just to make sure everybody knows, I'm going to say it all again with the mic on, just so you know for sure. This is the double triple channel on Twitch. My name is Ron. I live in rural New Hampshire, surrounded by forests and wild animals. I like to stream about animals and forests and science and technology and all kinds of stuff. Occasionally I do an IRL, and I like film. I like particularly science fiction. I'm a big sci-fi fan, so I'll talk about that a lot too on this channel. And tonight we're doing a science fiction. We're streaming a science fiction film tonight on the stream. So that's kind of cool. Yeah. The now it's to full disclosure. I said, we're streaming Hunger Games 2012 live on Twitch. Now, this may not be the Hunger Games that you're thinking of. This is a different Hunger Games than the Hunger Games that you're thinking of. It's a different film. And in fact, I'm the only one who calls it Hunger Games. So, little bit of deception there. But it's funny. You'll get it if you stick around. You watch the film, then you'll get the joke. Okay. It's a joke. It's a parody, satire, whatever you want to call it. This film that we're going to show is actually called Decay, and let's see if I can bring that up here. There it is. Hey, look at that. It's almost like I know what I'm doing. All right. So this film is, it's about, okay, it's a horror film. It's not really a sci-fi. And I actually, that's one of my pet peeves about some sci-fis. People will make a horror film and then label it sci-fi. So that's one of my pet peeves. So another full disclosure. This is not really. It is. It's more sci-fi than some horror films, but it's still basically the formula. You know, the horror. It's a set. You know, horror films have become a satire themselves, right? They've the trope is so well worn that it's just it's a joke, right? And they're aware of that, and they're self-aware of their own their own tropes, and so they make fun of them now. So that's part of the genre now of horror films, is to make fun of horror films. But so these kids decided they wanted to make a film. I'll just go ahead and read it to you, just what it says in Wikipedia here. It says Decay is. Let me turn up my mic here, just in case you want to hear me. Never know, there might be somebody out here who wants to hear me. All right, we'll turn that up. That's a little bit louder. Decay is a 2012 horror film by Luke Thompson, who was a student at University of Manchester, set up at the Large Hadron Collider in Switzerland. So that's sciencey, isn't it? LHC, that's really sciencey. It says the movie was created on a budget of $3,225. So that's going to be what, less in euro? Let's see, 2012. Yeah, they were in euro in 2012, and was filmed over a period of 2 years by Thompson and his fellow physicists. The film was released online for free under the Creative Commons CC by NC license. CC by NC means, this was an early one too, this was like 2012, so this is one of the early ones, unported ones. Let's see, it says CC by NC means that you're free to make copies of it and distribute it as much as you want, but you can't use it for commercial purposes, which I'm not making any money on this. And you can make changes to it. You can make mix and match and all that kind of stuff. So making whatever changes you want to it. So I made a change to it. I changed the title. I changed it from Decay to Hunger Games. That's my remix. Okay. Unfair. Yeah, I know, life is unfair. All right, Decay was premiered on November 29th, 2012, and centers on the idea of the LHC transforming scientists into zombies. Okay, there you go. So you know what the film's about already. Spoiler. Who cares, right? I don't think it's kind of hard to spoil a horror film, right? It's just a bunch of people killing each other and blood and guts and stuff, right? Okay, Thompson, a physicist, doctoral student, came up with the idea of the film while he was walking through the maintenance tunnels at CERN and began thinking that it would be a good location for a horror movie. He says, in an interview with Wired magazine, he stated that the film was initially started for fun, but that it was also an opportunity to do some satirical commentary on various aspects of people's perceptions of science. Okay, so that's in there too, yeah. And we do that here all the time. A lot of commentators do that. Film reviewers and stuff talk about the funny things that Hollywood does in science fiction films. They're an easy target. It's fun to make sport of the sci-fi filmmakers because they always get it wrong. Even when they try so hard to get it right, they still mess it up, or they get to the point where they have to decide, do we make this scientifically accurate, or do we make this more Hollywoody with explosions or whatever, and they always pick the latter, right? They always go for whatever's going to make it more saleable rather than what's going to make it more scientifically accurate, and I don't know, it's a business, right? So, but these guys, we're not doing it as business. Well, they put NC on here, so I guess they tried to sell it. I don't know. Maybe later on, after the film, when we have time, maybe we'll go through and see exactly what their story was on the production end and development and all that. But yeah, they were just having fun here. There's just some kids having fun making a movie for $3,000, and it's when you now. I don't want to set your expectations too low on the movie, because it's a well-made movie. It's for $3,000. This is just incredibly well-made movie. I've seen many Hollywood films that are much worse than this film. So it should be fun to watch. And I put a content warning on there. It took me half an hour to figure out how to put to label this thing with a content label. It's got gore, right? There's some blood. There's some blood in this. So watch out for that. All right. So, all right. I wanted to give a little bit of time there, just in case people wanted to come and join the stream here. Have a little bit of buffer here. But I started at 8 o'clock. It's 8:10 now. So that's enough time if anybody wanted to watch this real time. So I think what I'm going to do is I will play the film. And they have a website for it too. I might as well pop that up here for folks and give them a. Right, did this go here? Yeah, there it goes. Okay. So at www.decayfilm.com, and they've got their whole thing here. I guess they got a trailer, and I don't know what they got here. They try to make it look like a regular movie, It's pretty cool. So if we have time, yeah, we'll go back to the Wikipedia page on it maybe and read a little bit more about it or something. Afterwards. I don't like to spoil films too much. I don't like spoilers, so we'll just I'll just play it. So we've had enough time here for people to join if they saw it. The notice went out. Yeah, so if anybody wanted to see it, I think they had enough time to join us here now. But if anybody, as we go along, if anybody joins in later, what I'll do, I think, is if I can do this without disrupting the film, I will try to copy and paste from the Wikipedia article on it, the plot summary, and I'll put that into chat. So if somebody joins late in the stream, they can catch up just by reading a little bit in chat and be caught up on what the movie's about. Shit, I've got a moth in here. Hang on just a second. Let me see if I can catch this guy. Oh, he landed right in my hand. This guy's really wild. He's going to be hard to catch. No, all right, I can't catch him. Maybe I'll catch him while the movie's on. All right. Let's see here. He made me lose my thought here. Okay, so what I'll do is I will, let me get back, put my mug back up here. And yeah, we'll, as the film's going along here, I will cut and paste from the Wikipedia article on the film, the plots part of it, and put that into the chat so people, when people join later on, they can read the plot and catch up without having to, not know what's going on. It's a pretty simple thing. I mean, it's not, it's not really it's not rocket surgery, It's pretty basic, the overall plot, okay? But like their little jokes and their dialogue is pretty clever, and stuff like that. So there's a lot of that in there. All right, so now let's see if I can get the actual movie going here. Videos. Okay. All right, here we go. So, here we go. This is Decay, horror film Decay, 2012. Some blood. Content warning. Some blood. A lot of blood. A lot of gore. So, here we go. Let's see. I'll get this started here. All right. Have fun. Go.
Oh, it's you. You're not supposed to be here.
James, get up. We're late.
Why do you have to get so drunk on a Sunday night?
you remember that part last night when Amy got on the table and started to...
That's my sister. I do not need to be reminded.
Where's all the food?
Come on, let's go.
Come on, guys, we're going to be late.
Should we get to drive after your stunt last night, Amy?
Oh, hi Matt. You ain't?
Not getting bus today?
Nope.
I saw him as I drove past the shops and picked him up.
Oh, okay.
So what's the rush anyway?
Some kind of emergency meeting.
What do you think this emergency meeting's about?
I don't know, but it can't be that important.
Oh, go on ahead, guys. I'm going to pad my nose.
No, Dr. Neven. LHC is most important experiment of our time. I will not let unfounded theories...
Unfounded? Director, my results show that...
Inconclusive. Your results are inconclusive at best. No, you'll have plenty of time for measurements when you are down in the tunnel tonight.
Director, we have to stop the LHC until we assess the danger.
No, Dr. Neven. Once we have fixed this problem, the LHC will run again as usual. Finding the Higgs is the highest priority.
Why is Dr. Niven going into the tunnels?
Why do you think the Director General said?
Maybe they made a black hole.
Hey! Hey! So did you recover from last night?
Yeah, you too? Wait, aren't you meant to be on your way to Barcelona by now?
I might have missed my flight.
Oh no.
Good morning. I am Professor Wyszyński, Director General of CERN. This meeting has been called because last night there was an emergency beam dump. Here we see a monopole magnet in LHC sector 7G. Beam sensors have detected that an unknown event caused this magnet to quench and triggering an uncontrolled shutdown. If this happens again, the results could be catastrophic. Due to the special circumstances, Dr. Niven is taking a team into the LHC tunnel to investigate the cause and see what damage there is. The LHC will be in shutdown at least until the end of the week. Since Dr. Niven will not be available, we will need 4 volunteers to be on shift in the control room.
We'll do it.
Okay. You 4.
Oh, I'm going to be at a conference in Barcelona.
Very well. You then.
I have an analysis note due this week, so I'm not going to have time to do this.
The collider will be shut down. You can work in the control room. Report to the control room at 9 p.m. That is all, everybody.
Sucks to be you guys.
Here you go.
Thanks.
They don't look like proton decay matrices.
No. Dr. Niven's got me working on this Higgs bioentanglement simulation. Some company gave a lot of money to CERN and I get stuck working on it. I got so much work to do.
Listen, are you okay after last night?
Why?
You and Matt.
Don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, you jealous? Oh, sorry. Listen, I better go. I got a lot of work to do. Oh, I'm so tired. I can't even think about work right now. I hope he doesn't expect me to remember anything.
Ah, Lisa. Did you finish your talk?
Yeah, just in time.
I had every confidence in you.
Did you get a chance to look at my simulation?
Ah, yes. The problem with the supersymmetric parameter lattice. I think I found a way to express it differently. I didn't implement it in my analysis code yet, but you might like to try it.
It looks more complex though. I don't know if it'll work on my laptop.
Well, we'll deal with that later if we need to.
Okay, thanks.
Anyway, I have to prepare my team for going into the tunnels and look over Lisa's talk, so I'll talk to you later. And Lisa, don't miss the plane again.
I won't.
Hey, guys, wait. I'm waiting for someone.
Who?
Just someone. Okay, well, we're gonna be late, so. Hey everyone, this is my girlfriend Kate. Kate, this is Matt and Connor.
Hi.
And my sister Amy.
Hi. Nice to finally meet you.
Finally? I didn't tell you.
Mom let it slip. I was waiting for you to tell me.
It's nice to finally meet you as well.
Are you coming with us?
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Should we go?
So, why have you thrown your evening away to go on shift?
James was going to come meet me for dinner, but then he told me you guys had to,
Oh, sorry.
It's okay, don't worry.
And how did James manage to convince you that vending machine food is going to be an acceptable substitute?
Shift can sometimes be boring. Are you going to be okay?
I told her.
I insisted.
She's with me.
So are you guys physicists like James then?
Yeah, but he works on the accelerator. The rest of us analyse the data.
Yeah, he's an engineer and we're real physicists.
So, what do you do?
I'm a trainee nurse.
I hope you've not lost your brake. It's a long way down. Guys, I thought of a joke.
Another one.
So a chimpanzee in a slot goes down. And then the chimpanzee's like, starfish, starfish!
Do you want to watch Clockwork Orange? I borrowed it from Amy.
Yeah, sure.
It's a pretty deep film for a lowly engineer like yourself.
You shouldn't let him talk to you.
He's only messing around.
So the accelerator boosts the beams of protons to almost the speed of light, and then we collide them here, and then we detect what's made in the collision.
What's up?
I thought I got it working.
Got what working?
Higgs simulation.
What simulation?
The Higgs radiation simulation.
The God particle?
It's a particle that we're trying to make in the collider. I'm meant to be investigating how it acts on living tissue, but my program just crashes every single time that it starts to look bad.
So what?
You think Higgs radiation's dangerous?
I don't know, I'd know if I could get it to finish.
They wouldn't run the LAC if they thought it was a danger. Must be a glitch or something. Have you tried on the central computer system?
Except she doesn't have access to the mainframe.
Are you not allowed to use it?
Well, not exactly.
There we go. Nice.
Nice one, Amy.
It wasn't me.
It's not you. The LHC is ramping.
Ramping? The beams are firing.
The tube's still down there. Shut it off.
What the fuck?
The phones are down. What's going on?
The LHC's turned on. The radiation levels will be killing everyone who's down there.
People are dying.
No one is dying.
Shut up, Matt. James, what can we do?
I don't know. The overrides aren't working.
I haven't got any signal.
We're 100 metres underground. What do you expect?
The radiation levels are spiking. The shielding's not in place when the maintenance tunnels are open.
Well, why the fuck not?
This shouldn't be able to happen.
Shit. Got less than 2 minutes and we're fried. We need to get out.
What about the people in the tunnel?
What about us?
Bro! Slow down.
James, calm down, think. How do we get out?
We're going to the service tunnels.
The tunnels? Are you mental?
The LHC master power's down there. It's shielded. We can shut it off.
This is insane.
Right, we'll go down and shut it off, and we'll work out what to do there.
No, you can't be.
Come on!
So that's it. The world's largest machine is an on-off switch.
What is your problem?
Look, this is just a relay. There's 6 of them. If one of them trips, the others go off automatically.
I hope somebody noticed that.
There's no one around to notice it. No one will be in until tomorrow. We need to find an elevator to get back to the surface.
Yeah, if James knows where they are.
But if we follow the tunnels, we'll get out.
What about the people down there? They could still be alive, couldn't they?
Even if they are, there's nothing we can do for them. The best we can do is get out and try and get help.
But if the radiation did that to them, then...
No, we're safe now the machine's off. It's just the ring itself that's radioactive. We're safe here.
Oh my god, all those people. How could this happen?
It couldn't have happened. You can't turn the machine on when there are people down there.
There are interlock systems everywhere. Well, someone's fucked up, and it wasn't me.
Yeah, and it wasn't us. This couldn't happen from the control room. No one's got access to do that except
maybe Dr. Niven, but he was down there. The sooner we get out of here, the sooner we can sort it out.
I didn't like it down here.
It's not too far.
What the hell was that?
Probably a steam valve or something, right?
Probably.
How much further is it?
It's not far.
Great. Just when I was starting to get freaked out.
Look, I'm sorry, I thought that...
Do you know where we're going, or don't you?
Matt!
I can't be the only person that heard that scream. We're running around down here. I mean, where the fuck are we going?
Matt, calm down. If you know where to go, let's hear it. If not, shut up. James, do you know where we can go?
I think if we go back and left and follow the ring around, we can find our way from there.
You have to listen to me. James, listen. She's gone. You saw those people. James, you saw what they did.
Just fucking stand there. Help.
What's that?
Freon cooling gas.
What the fuck just happened?
It looked like The technician team that were down here. Why would they do that to us? Did you see their faces?
Radiation burns, yeah. They shouldn't even be alive.
Where are you going?
The gas won't stop them forever.
Find a way out. Come on, let's go.
What if there's more of them?
Yeah. Come on.
Take this.
One of these maniacs has a gun.
I think he's been dead a while.
What's the security guard doing down here anyway?
What is this?
The interlock turns the LHC off if people are in the tunnels.
It's been sabotaged. Someone did this on purpose.
FBI! James, stop!
James?
Jesus Christ, man. What else was I gonna do?
all like that, we're screwed. There were like, what, 30 people in this section?
We'll find a way out. James, which way?
I thought there was an exit back in the dead end. The next one's about a 3-hour walk away. It's at point 17. And that's if we don't get lost.
So we know where we're safe, we can stop on the way.
We need to let someone know we're down here.
There's a mainframe computer room about halfway around. I can send a message from there.
Okay.
Which way now?
We have to go that way.
Jesus. What does it take to kill one of these things?
They're people, Matt.
No person could survive this.
Are you hurt?
It's my arm.
you alright?
Yeah.
You too.
Yeah, I'll be fine.
Someone try and log in.
Stock set's my username. Connor, can you hack this?
Not now, Matt. Give him a minute.
But the quicker we get through to the server, the sooner we
Give
can
him a rest, Matt. How much use is he going to be to us if he's concussed?
Same place as last time.
Same place as what?
Crap was school climbing. They had to put a metal plate in my head.
You never told me about that.
It was when I went home for a few weeks. After Prague.
Oh.
I didn't mean it like that. Yeah, just give me a minute. And I'll see what I can do with the terminal. Is there anything up there?
The door is secure, there's no one about. I think we're safe for now.
Alright. We'll stay here for a bit. I'll try and get through the firewall, see if I can get any help.
How's your arm?
Don't worry about me. The bleeding stopped.
Keep an eye on them stairs.
We need to be looking for Kate.
James.
I know what you're trying to say, but you're wrong.
Yes, got in.
Can you get through to anyone?
No.
drone.
Amy, come here.
You go through.
No, but it says Amy's biosim just finished.
Oh. So?
So I was right about Higgs radiation.
What?
The Higgs killed them all.
Killed who? They're all dead.
Yes, they are. It's killed everything except the brainstem. There's nothing left of them.
The radiation damage might stop it after a while, but for now they're just animals.
You must have messed up or something, Mr. Semicolon. The Higgs wouldn't do that.
It doesn't even look like my simulation. It looks more like Dr. Niven's.
So Dr. Niven knew? They still came down here?
No, it says it's only just completed. He's been trying to run it for weeks and it always failed. Until now.
So they've been dead since the beam came on?
James, we need to get out of here. I can't get help, but if I can get a map of the tunnels, can you find a way out?
I'll try.
Find the way? Why don't you ever know?
I haven't been to this area before.
Okay then, how long will it take this time?
Matt, enough.
Fuck you, Connor! Why have I been listening to you? It's your fault we're on shift. It's your fault we're down here in the first fucking place.
Leave him alone!
Are concerned about his feelings now, are we?
Don't.
What?
Everyone else has figured it out, James. We fucked last night.
Fuck you, Matt, I was drunk.
Not that drunk.
You took advantage of my sister.
Whatever, at least I get laid. Bet you didn't get a 5k. You fuck!
I'm going to find Kate.
James, she's dead.
I have to go.
No, stop it, James. Come back. I need you. Come back. I have to go with him.
You know she's dead, right?
I can't let him do this alone.
Help.
No, stay here. You have to find help. Do you know where you're going?
I think there's a shortcut up here.
I just...
Thanks for coming.
Look, Matt. Forget about that.
Fine.
Matt, we need to stick together to get out of here.
I said fine.
What? Shit.
Are you okay? What's wrong?
James, don't look. Please don't look.
Let's go.
Are you okay?
I'm not feeling great.
Look here, I'll help you.
What happened? Is he okay?
I think his wound's infected.
I'll be okay. Did you call for help?
No, I couldn't get through the firewall, but I got a map for this area.
Alright.
Where'd you get that?
We found a body in the tunnels. I must have shot that guard. But I saw him with the Director General earlier.
Listen, there's something else. Just after you guys left, all the SIM data got deleted from the system. There's only one person with the authority to do that.
What if he's trying to stop people from finding out? That could be why we can't call for help.
Are there any backups anywhere?
Dr. Niven keeps a record of everything he does. It could be enough if we can get to his office.
If he knows we're down here.
We'll get out.
Hey, guys. I think I found something. Okay, so we start here. And then we go to here. The service lifts are down, so I have to take the stairs. There's a crawl space here. And then we come to here. And then we get out here.
Is there any way we can come out nearer to Dr. Niven's office?
What?
The simulation data logs got deleted. We have to go and find records.
I don't think we can get through. There are safety doors in the way.
There we go.
feeling okay?
I just need to sleep.
James? James? James!
Is he okay?
I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with him. He's sleeping for now, but maybe we could let him rest for a bit.
Yeah.
No. I think we should get moving as soon as we can.
If it doesn't rest, we'll have to carry him.
We can't wait here forever, and if he can't look after himself...
Don't you dare, you selfish piece of shit. If you want to go, just go on your own.
No one's going anywhere. We'll rest for a bit, then we'll leave.
No! James, what are you doing? James!
Come on, we need to go. It's okay. We can talk about that when we get out of here.
I don't want to have to do this on my own.
You don't have to. We know the way out now. We just need to get out.
It's gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay.
You know what'll happen?
No, I don't, and neither do you.
I'm bleeding now. When I die. I don't want to come back.
No, I can't lose you. Not now.
I'll end up killing you. You need to get out.
No, look, hold this. I'll go and get a first aid kit. I'll be okay.
Give me the gun if you can't do it.
No!
inadmissible. Les gens sont vraiment des incompétents. Il y en a marre d'avoir des résultats aussi faux tous les jours, tous les jours. Je dois les moyennes. Franchement, mais regardez ça. Incroyable, non? Parce que ce qui tient tous les moteurs électriques. Mister, please, it's not a safe area. Come over, we'll call an ambulance. Appelle une ambulance.
Lisa, pick up the phone. I don't have long. Everything's fucked. Everyone's dead. The Director General killed them all. Pick up the fucking phone. Lisa, listen, I'm going to email you the data. You're the only one who can understand it.
Move away from the computer.
You did this. You killed them all.
I didn't know this would happen. But I had to do it.
Dr. Niven knew the Higgs was dangerous, but I couldn't let that stop me.
My research is too important. I had to. And I can't let you tell anyone.
All right. So that was a good, well produced anyway, well produced film. Turn down my thing here. Yeah, that was $3,000. $3,000 they made that with. So that's quite amazing production there for $3,000, I think. So good job, guys. You did a good job there. That was, let's see here. Yeah, Luke Thompson, I guess, was the guy. And Michael Mazur and Burton D. Wild. And Zoe Heatherell was the survivor. And Tom, the other players were Tom Proctor, Stuart Martin Haw, Sarah Mahmood, and William P. Martin. Those were the main characters, I guess. Which one did they say? Who is who here? Let me bring up the Wikipedia article on this so we can talk about this a little bit here. Let's see. All right, here we go. All right, I gotta make that a little bigger, I think. I adjusted this thing for the film here. Alright, that's about as good as I can get it, I guess. And put my mug back up there. There we go. All right. So that was Decay 2012. With thank you guys for making that available through Creative Commons, so we could stream it here on Twitch live. Appreciate that. So yeah, I just basically in chat here, I was posting just the plot straight from right here in Wikipedia where it says plot. I just as it was happening, I was just grabbing text and copy and pasting, So there it is. Okay, so yeah, Zoe played Amy. Okay, they had a couple other ones here. Then Edward Friesen was the director. Kurt Reinhardt, Dr. Nevin. Jen Strauss was Lisa. Oh, okay, she was the one who went to Barcelona. Right, didn't like they don't have the credit for the security guard. That was I think it was in the credit roll. I didn't notice. But all right, so that's kind of cool. All right, the production and all that. Let's see. We were looking for clues on that. Okay, he began filming in 2010. Took 2 years to complete. And they had to borrow cameras, create special effects on a limited budget. Yeah. Yeah, some of those gory things were kind of, but that's typical for horror films, right? They always look like that. But it was, I mean, it looks like they did some CG and stuff for some of those things. Although not endorsed by CERN, the organization gave permission for Decay to be released. Okay, so that's good. Yeah, that's pretty cool that they got the use of that thing for that. Okay, release. The film trailer was released in autumn 12 with some sites such as FearNet commenting that while the film did not look particularly good, the premise of Decay was an interesting one. Oh, what do you mean didn't look particularly? That was a good that was really well made. What are they talking about didn't look good? That was a great film. I don't know. No accounting for taste, I guess. I mean, horror is definitely not my genre. I'm not a horror person at all. I would not normally watch if this was not on Creative Commons. And I just saw it on a streaming site somewhere. I would, if I knew what it was about, I probably wouldn't watch it. Okay, so available for streaming via YouTube and Vimeo. So yeah, you can find it all over. All right. They don't say much about the production, but yeah, they did. I think they did a good job, with it. Now there was, I guess we can talk about some other parts of it. I guess I can give my critique. I mean, some of the premise there was not. They're talking about Higgs radiation from the Higgs boson. The Higgs boson causing brains to decay. Of course, that wouldn't happen. And it wouldn't even. The Higgs boson itself has such a short life that they couldn't even detect it. They could not detect the boson itself at the detector. At the LHC, they could not detect it. Everybody thinks, oh, they detect the Higgs boson. No, they didn't. The Higgs boson doesn't last long enough. It doesn't. It only lasts like 10 to the minus 38 or something seconds. I mean, it's a very, very short. We can look it up here, but it's a very, very short lifespan. So short that they could not detect the Higgs boson itself. The only way they could determine it even existed was to look at it, the decay chain, the daughter products of it or whatever, to figure out and work it backwards and say, okay, there must be a Higgs boson here based on what we're seeing. That's, it's not. So that's not true, right? Like, of course, it wouldn't make zombies. Obviously, it wouldn't make zombies. But I mean, it wouldn't even if somebody was down in the tunnels, they wouldn't get exposed to that radiation. There might be some of the daughter radiation, maybe, but even that, it's only going to be at where it actually collides. It wouldn't be anywhere else in the tunnel. So, a lot of stuff in there is not exactly right. And I'm sure they knew that. They just wanted to make a movie, Here I'll bring it up here just so we can read about the Higgs boson, since we're doing sciencey stuff here. This is sciencey stream, right? Higgs particle, yeah, they call it God particle, but no, it's not. Okay, the Higgs particle is a massive meaning it has mass, not massive meaning it's large. It's tiny, tiny, tiny. Massive means it has mass. It's a particle that has mass. It's not like like another boson would be a photon. Photon does not have mass, but a boson does have mass. Scalar boson with zero spin, even, which is positive parity, no electric charge, and no color charge. And it couples to the mass. It interacts with mass, which is what it's all about. That's what the Higgs field is all about. Now they're saying the Higgs particle, but the Higgs mechanism doesn't involve the Higgs boson, which is kind of confusing. People don't understand that. The reason why they detected the Higgs boson was to confirm the existence of the Higgs field, which would confirm the theory of the Higgs mechanism. That's the thing. All right, let's see. The Higgs field is a scalar field with two neutral and two electrically charged components that form a complex doublet of the weak isospin SU2 symmetry. Its sombrero potential, I don't know what the heck that is. Spontaneous symmetry breaking is a spontaneous process of symmetry breaking. I don't know what that is. I don't want to go down that rabbit hole right now, but it's leads it to take a non-zero value everywhere, including otherwise empty space. Okay. So it breaks symmetry. So it has a non-zero. It's a non-zero value in the vacuum. So that breaks symmetry, right? It should be 0. Higgs mechanism. There it is. So let's see what it says here now. Okay, they're talking about the Higgs field. Via the Higgs mechanism gives a rest mass to all massive elementary particles of the Standard Model, including the Higgs boson itself. That seems like a circular thing, doesn't it? But that's because the existence of the Higgs field became the last unverified part of the Standard Model of particle physics. Yeah, the Standard Model, but there's still a bunch of issues with the Standard Model that have to be resolved still. That there's still a whole bunch of observations out there that that they know the Standard Model isn't the deal, isn't the full story. Let's see, particle physics, and for several decades was considered the central problem in particle physics. Yeah, there's more than that. The central problem in particle physics. Yeah, the central problem of the Standard Model, though, is the quantum mechanics. All the equations for quantum mechanics don't fit with relativity. It's like the macro. What happens at the macro? They haven't unified that yet. Maybe they have. There's some stuff coming down. They're going to figure it out here pretty quick. They're on top of it. It's coming along. There's just a few more things they got to come out with. There are probably people out there who figure it out. Both the field and the boson are named after physicist Peter Higgs, who in 1964, along with 5 other scientists and 3 teams, proposed the Higgs mechanism, a way for some particles to acquire mass. Okay, the fundamental particles known at the time should be massless at very high energies, but fully explaining how some particles gain mass at lower energies had been extremely difficult. I don't know if that's true. I don't know about that. This is a Wikipedia article, you know. So, yeah. This is a big long article. Look at this. Wow. Okay. The Higgs mechanism. They showed that the conditions for electroweak symmetry would be broken if an unusual type of field existed throughout the universe, and indeed there would be no Goldstone bosons, I don't know what that is, and some existing bosons would acquire mass. The field required for this to happen, which was purely hypothetical at the time, became known as the Higgs field after Peter Higgs. There were a whole bunch of them involved in it. For some reason there's always one guy who gets the credit. There were several others there that were involved in it that really did as much work as Peter Higgs did, and he acknowledges that. He says that it shouldn't just be named after him. A key feature of the necessary field is that it would take less energy for the field to have a non-zero value than a zero value, unlike all other known fields. The asymmetry. Therefore, the Higgs field has a non-zero value or vacuum expectation everywhere. This non-zero value could, in theory, break electroweak symmetry. It was the first proposal capable of showing how the weak force gauge bosons could have mass despite their governing symmetry within a gauge invariant theory. Okay, I don't know. A lot of that's over my head. I don't know what you're talking about there. Let's see. Some of it. Although these ideas did not gain much initial support or attention, by 1972 they had been developed into a comprehensive theory and proved capable of giving sensible results that accurately described particles known at the time, in which, with exceptional accuracy, predict several other particles discovered during the following years. Okay, during the 1970s, these theories rapidly became the standard model of particle physics. Okay. Okay, unlike all other known fields, such as the electromagnetic field, the Higgs field is a scalar field and has a non-zero average value in vacuum. Huh. Okay, central problem, research discovery, interpretation. Okay, let me get into a lot of details here. Public discussion. Huh. Yeah, the gauge bosons. That's what I was just talking about. Photon. The photon is massless. The Higgs has mass. Higgs boson. Yeah, and they didn't actually discover it. Let's see if they have that. Overview, interpretation, search and discovery. Let's see if they talk about that. That they didn't actually see the Higgs boson itself. Let's see. Discover a new particle with mass was announced. Okay, since then the particle has been shown. Let's see here. Although the Higgs field would exist everywhere, proving its existence was far from easy. In principle, it can be proved to exist by detecting its excitations, which manifest as Higgs particles, the Higgs boson. Right, so if they can smash shit together with enough energy, it gets the, if that field existed, then when they smash stuff together, then it would make a particle, the Higgs boson. But these are extremely difficult to produce and detect due to the energy required to produce them and their very rare production, even if the energy is sufficient. Okay. And their short lifetime when they are detected. They didn't mention that. That's another main part of it. It was therefore several decades before the first evidence of the Higgs boson could be found. Particle colliders, detectors, and computers capable of looking for the Higgs boson took more than 30 years to develop. I mean, 30 years from the time that that it was proposed, right, and the time that they figured out that they could detect it. It took them that long to actually make it, right? So the importance of this fundamental question had led to a 40-year search and the construction of one of the world's most expensive and complex experimental facilities to date, CERN's LHC, in an attempt to create Higgs bosons and other particles for observation and study. Okay, was confirmed. The presence of the field, now confirmed by experimental, explains why some fundamental particles have rest mass, despite the symmetries controlling their interactions, implying that they should be massless. Okay. It also resolves several other long-standing puzzles, such as the reason for the extremely short distance traveled by the weak force bosons. Right, and the weak force is extremely short range. As the in-depth research shows, the particle continues to behave in line with predictions. Okay, so more studies are needed to verify with higher precision. The discovered particle has all of the properties predicted, or whether, as described by some theories, multiple Higgs bosons exist. So, now they didn't talk about that part, which is, about the part where they didn't actually see the Higgs boson. They just saw the decay after things that would exist if the Higgs boson was created. And they didn't. That's weird that they didn't talk about that here in this article that I see anywhere. Okay, this is history, properties, technical aspects, mathematical formulation. Shoot, it gets even more technical. This article is, Wikipedia is amazing, isn't it? It's just experimental search. Oh, here we go. Okay. Maybe they got it in here. Yeah, because I said I made that claim. I want to be able to back it up and explain it. I don't know the details. I don't know what the daughter particles are that it would create in the, when it decays, and what they actually found. I think I should explain that, since I made that claim here. To produce Higgs bosons, two beams of particles are accelerated to very high energies and allowed to collide within a particle accelerator. Occasionally, although rarely, a Higgs boson will be created fleetingly as part of the collision byproducts. So they smash them really hard together, and sometimes the stuff that they make collide with itself, and then Higgs is a byproduct of that. But then the thing that they actually detect is something even further down. So see, because the Higgs boson decays very quickly, particle detectors cannot detect it directly. There we go. Da-da-da. There. So so at least there's partial confirmation that what I said was true. Let's see. Instead, the detectors register all the decay products. Yeah, the decay signature. And from the data, the decay process is reconstructed. Right. So they work it backwards. They can't detect the Higgs boson because it decays too quickly, but all the stuff that comes after that. So they smash stuff together. It makes some things, some short-lived particles. Some of those short-lived particles, very rarely, will bump into each other and make the Higgs boson, which lasts for a very short time. And when it goes away, it makes other things that they and stuff further on down that they can detect. That's how I'm reading this. If the observed decay products match a possible decay process known as a decay channel, I thought it was a decay series. Maybe that's only for elementary decay. I don't know. Let's see. Data. The decay process is reconstructed if the observed decay products match a possible decay process known as a decay channel of the Higgs boson. This indicates that a Higgs boson may have been created. Oh, so they're not even... In practice, many processes may produce similar decay signatures. Fortunately, the standard model precisely predicts the likelihood of each of these and each known process occurring. So if the detector detects more decay signatures consistently matching a Higgs boson than would otherwise be expected if Higgs boson did not exist, then this would be a strong evidence that the Higgs boson exists. Wait, that sounded like it was backwards. So if the detector detects more decay signatures consistently matching a Higgs boson than would otherwise be expected if the Higgs boson did not exist. Okay. Then it would be a strong... Okay, I see what you're saying. Right, yeah. So it's a highly statistical thing there, because it's such a rare thing and all that. A lot of data crunching and stuff. This is one of the problems with these huge, big experiments like this, the LHC. Is in the scientific process, somebody comes up with a hypothesis, and then they come up with either that person or somebody else, another group or whatever, comes up with a way of testing the hypothesis, an experiment, and then they do the experiment to determine whether the hypothesis is correct or not. And then if they confirm that the hypothesis is correct with the experiment, then the next step after that, they publish it. They publish along the way all this stuff so people can see what's going on. And then if they do the experiment and they do confirm the hypothesis, then the next step after that is to repeat the experiment. Somebody else, somewhere else, they say, they publish what they did in their experiment, all the details and everything, so somebody else can reproduce what they did. And that's the next step, right? To make sure that somebody else can reproduce the results that the person gets in their experiment, or the group, or whatever. But however, with the LHC, they can't do that last step, right? All they can do is they can do this experiment. They could do multiple trials with the same setup and everything, but they can't. The way it's supposed to work is another group or another person or whatever somewhere else does it completely separately with different people, different equipment, different everything, just from the data that they get from the published stuff. And so they can't do that with this, So that's one of the issues, is they can't do that last step. They can repeat the experiment with the same equipment, and they can maybe even bring in different people working on the same equipment, but they can't, do it. It's too expensive, right, to build another collider somewhere to repeat it. So yeah, they want to build another. They want to build a bigger and better one, right, to do the next step, whatever the next question they have or whatever. My understanding is that the next collider they want to do can only rule out some things. It can't actually prove stuff. So they're kind of, there's some discussion about if it'd be worth it to spend, because it's going to be this thing was huge. It's really expensive. What did they say? Let me see if they say how much it was here. I'm sure they said that up here. Oops. Let's see how much the LHC was. Complex. Yeah, let's see here. A lot of money. Let's see, background. How can they not put how much money it is up right in the first damn paragraph? That's kind of weird. It should be right up top, right? They say they build this thing and it cost this much and it was built in this place and it's this long, and that should all be right in the top, right? Okay, get design. Detectors. I can't believe this. They don't have the goddamn price, the cost of the thing in the article. Wow. Construction. There we go. Cost. God, talk about okay. 7.5 billion. Oh, that was the budget. Let's see how much they actually spent. That's always more, right? The total cost of the project is expected to be. Okay, this is old, isn't it? All right, well, a lot of money. $9 billion, something like that. 10 billion, who knows? Right, they're spending money all the time, right, to keep it going and everything, so a lot of money. They want to build another one that's going to be, gazillion times larger than this one, and it cost a gazillion times, as much. So there's discussion like, well, do we really want to spend it? If they took that money and spent it on something, maybe they could do a whole bunch of other research, or something. So there's a discussion about that. But okay, so getting back to the film, yeah, the Higgs boson would not turn people into zombies. It wouldn't do anything. It would never even make it to somebody. Nobody could ever even be exposed to it, because the energy required to make it would be nobody could survive that even. They'd have to be so close, they'd be right there where the collision was, and then you know. So that was kind of wrong. I wish they had details here about the maybe down here technical aspects. No, that's not gonna. No. Properties. Decay. Here we go. Let's see. Quantum mechanics predicts that if it is possible for a particle to decay into a set of lighter particles, then it will eventually do so, which the Higgs boson, I guess, does. This is true for the Higgs boson, right? The likelihood with which this happens depends on a variety of factors, including the difference in mass, the strength of the interactions, etc. Most of these factors are fixed by the standard model, except for the mass of the Higgs boson itself. For the Higgs boson, with a mass of 125 gigaelectron volts per c squared, per the speed of light squared, standard model predicts a mean lifetime of about, oh, here it is. Okay, this is the number. I guessed. All right, so the actual number is 1.6 times 10 to the minus 22 seconds. And I guessed 10 to the minus 30 something. So I was magnitudes off, but it was, it's teeny little bit of time. So even if you figure that if it's traveling at the speed of light, even it's massive, so it's not traveling at the speed of light. It's traveling slower than that. It ain't gonna get very far. Let's put it that way. In 1.6 times 10 to the minus 22 seconds, it ain't going nowhere. Let's see. The Higgs can decay is by splitting into any fermion pair. As general, the Higgs is more likely to decay into heavier fermions than lighter fermions because the mass of the fermion is proportional to the strength of its interaction with the Higgs. Okay, well. Standard model prediction for the branching ratios of different decay modes of the Higgs particle. So it's a pretty complicated thing here, it looks like. Yeah. Look at all these things. All these different particles. Where's the Higgs? Which one is Higgs? I don't even know which one. Which one of these means Higgs? Do they even say anywhere which one is Higgs? Do they show that here anywhere? Yeah, that's okay. It's complicated. Oh my God. Okay, in 2021, the extremely rare Dalits decay was tentatively observed into two leptons, electrons or muons, and a photon. What it is? LLY. Oh, I see. Okay. Via virtual photon decay. The heck? I thought photons were virtual anyway. What's a virtual photon? A fundamental concept in quantum field theory. The crucial role in describing the interactions between electrically charged particles. Virtual photons are referred to as virtual because they do not exist as free Oh, okay. So they're just it's the photon when it's acting like a boson, I guess is what that is. I don't know. I don't want to read all that. This can happen in 3 ways. Okay. So it's just Higgs boson decays into heavy vector boson pairs. Okay, so there's 4 different channels it can take. Look at that. Yeah, so they never actually detected. That's what I always thought it was pretty amazing, was that they didn't detect the Higgs boson. You know, you read, oh, they built this big collider and they detected the Higgs boson. No, they didn't detect the Higgs boson. They detected, you know, a whole bunch of different decay products over and over and over and over and over again, and then they crunched the numbers, and statistically they said, yeah, the only way this could happen is if there was a Higgs boson somewhere buried in there that we can't see, based on the theory. So that's kind of interesting. More than you wanted to know. You just came here to watch a damn movie. You didn't want all that. You didn't want all that geeky stuff. All right, so that was the film. Yeah, that was a lot better. Oh, let's do some review of the film here. That was one part of it, right? Is the technical stuff was not exactly right. Right? They're not gonna. Nobody's gonna get hit with a Higgs boson. Higgs boson is never gonna touch anybody. While they're alive, anyway. So that wouldn't happen. And then also there was, the production quality was pretty good. Let's say all the good stuff before we get to the real bad stuff. Production quality was pretty good. Let me have this here. Let's go back a little bit. So yeah, production quality was really good, I think. You know, for $3,000, are you kidding? That's amazing. So let's take a look here. So right, they start with these kids that are. Oh, they had this. I thought that was kind of cute. I've spoken about this before. They have this this alarm clock trope. I'll play that here real quick if it's working. Right. So they got the alarm clock thing in there. A lot of movies do that. But yeah, quality-wise, I mean, they had the technicals spot on here. Whoever's doing the cinematography had it wired on this thing. The lighting, you know, everything. They really did a good job. And the acting was, I mean, these are obviously just, you know, these are just, I don't think these are professional actors. These are just the kids that were at this school, you know, and wanted to do the movie. So the acting was really good. But well, let's just do some more here. Let's see if there was anything else here. Yeah, and obviously the set, right? They had access to all of this stuff at the LHC, which just, you know, if they wanted to do this in Hollywood and they didn't have access to that, I mean, just think of how much money they'd have to put in to get that. So that was kind of a cool thing. And the special effects, right? They didn't. Yeah, content warning here, where in case you're just joining us or jumping in here, I'm going to show some gory stuff here. So yeah, I don't know if they got. Yeah. See, I mean, it wasn't. It was just kind of. It wasn't bad. I mean, it was about the quality that you get at it with a horror movie. You know, it wasn't. You know, it's about the same. And they did some CG, like when they shot people and stuff. You know, that was CG. So they did a little bit of that. And the makeup, you know, makeup was pretty good, right? Some of these, even just the ordinary makeup on the players, you know, just ordinarily. You know, they they had it all wired here technically. Yeah, and the lighting and the whole thing. And the storyline, you know, it made sense. There was a narrative there, and it followed. You know, you could follow the narrative, what was going on. There was a bad guy. I mean, you know, it had all the literary elements. You know, technically, it had the mistakes that I've talked about, but you know, who cares? They're all like that. Every movie has that. Even the ones we did a review of Interstellar the other day and talked about the mistakes in it, and they had, you know, the most esteemed physicist around on our technical staff advising them, you know. And it's just, when you're making a film, you gotta make it entertaining, and sometimes the facts give, you know, the scientific facts give in order to make the thing more entertaining. So, and they did that here too, so it's not a big deal. But okay, one of the things I like to talk about, one of the things that I talk about on films, about all the films that I review, is, or just about all of them, is is representation. You know, if it's biased, racially biased, or biased by gender. And so let's talk about that on this film. We got the main characters here are all white. We got one woman here. There's another. There are two other women, main character women that I saw, that I remember here. So we got the main characters. And you got the bad guys. This guy's the right hand man of the bad guy, or or somebody who's saying bad things, or you know, negative things. And this is all white except for one guy here. But all the rest of them in the room are white. Now this is not that bad. I've seen much worse than this. You know, a lot of times they would take, if they have any black people at all, they'll stick them way on the edge of the screen or way at the back of the room or whatever. So, you know, could be worse, I guess. And by the way, I'm not, you know, when I talk about these things, you know, that may seem incidental or just accidental or whatever. I mean, every single thing in a movie, I know this is a low budget movie, but you know, it's certainly Hollywood movies, every single detail is planned out in minuscule detail. I mean, it's if there's a black person in a room, that was intentional, and where they place them, that's intentional. You know, this one, I'm sure they thought about it. You know, so as I said, it could be worse. Okay, so they got another woman here, but she's a minor role. She doesn't have a lot of scenes. She's only in the beginning of the film, and then she goes to Barcelona to a conference, right? So she's not in there that much. So it's just really just this one woman who is the main thing. But then there was another woman. All right, to talk about that. Yeah, and the dialogue was pretty good on this thing. They had a lot of clever dialogue here. You know, it was well written. The dialogue, anyway. All of it was well written, I think. So we got another character here. This is what's her name? Lisa, I think was the character's name. She's I would say, ambiguous race. We don't know. I mean, maybe she, you know. You look at her name, you can figure out she's probably Middle Eastern or something, but or Northern African. I don't know. But she's a person of color, light skin. So they did have a main character, or say a supporting role at least, with a person of color. But and here's another thing. Look at this. They're interracial relationships. So that's a good plus for them. That's you know, in Hollywood that's really rare. So so that's good that they did that. But I don't know if when people watch the film, you know, if they even notice that that she's a person of color, you know, because she is fairly light skinned. So let me see here. But then she doesn't get a lot of time here, right? They introduce her, and she comes in here, and then typical of horror films, the black character gets killed off first, and that's what happened in this one, that's not good. That's you know, they shouldn't have done that, you know. And so she didn't get a lot of time, and that's why they do that. That's why, you know, they kill off the black character first, so the black character doesn't get as much screen time. And so for the rest of the film here, the emergency happens. They go down there, and she like gets killed right away, you know. And then for the rest, here it is, right there. There she goes. She's gone. That's it. So for the rest of the film, so she was in there from what, maybe 10 minutes or something of the film. Not a long time, 10, 15 minutes. So, you know, compared to the other characters. So that's, you know, as I said, I've seen a lot worse, but it's still biased, you know. And a lot of times, another thing that they do is when they kill a person of color, they will kill them in a horrible way or an unusual way, you know, or something like that. That is really not typical, you know, just a very disgusting way or unusual or something like that. And you notice it. And I'm not just making this stuff up or just picking things out, you know, individually. These things that I'm talking about, just try wearing these glasses for a while, you know, and view films from this perspective for a while, and you'll see this. What we really need to do is have like an AI or somebody scan all the films and look out statistically how often these things happen and all that. But you know, they're gonna fight that. Nobody's gonna fund that. I don't think they should, but Hollywood will fight that for sure. But yeah, she gets killed. Her death here is, or you know, when they show her dead, it's the most gruesome part. Yeah. So content warning here. I'm gonna, if I can remember where that was. Oh, I just lost my. Yeah, it's okay. I just lost my thing. It froze. But anyway, you remember seeing her. They showed her like missing limbs. I mean, it was the grossest part. And you know what? I actually want to show that because there was a reaction there that was kind of weird. Let me put my mug back up here, and I'll reboot this and try to get this going again. Okay.
There we go.
The sound.
Nice.
I guess we do. All right, let me see if I can find that. I didn't notice it until we were just, until I was just watching just now. So I'm sorry I didn't plan ahead of time on this. It's going to take a second for me to find this here. Is that it? No. It's a little further. Yeah, okay, I think this is it. Yeah. Now watch this guy's reaction here, this whole thing. Just look at his face and stuff, you know. So this is the thing. This is the thing I'm talking about, how people of color get killed. A lot of times you'll see them get killed in ways that are just, you know, awful, unusual, sometimes comical, or, I mean, it's, you know, anyway, we'll just watch this and talk about it.
Are you okay? What's wrong?
Please don't look. Please don't look.
Did you see his okay, so that's pretty gruesome, right? He's smiling or something. Isn't that kind of weird? His reaction? You know? I thought that was kind of, look at that. Yeah. I don't know. So maybe I'm just the thing though, the tactic or the technique or whatever doing that is a real deal. I don't know if this in this case, you know, I don't know if they meant to do it that way or what their intent was. You know. So anyway, so there was some bias there, but it's certainly not as bad as Hollywood movies, and you know, could be a lot worse. And they did have people of color. They had some representation, you know. So. And the woman got the most face time, right? She was the one she was the survivor. So, you know. So in terms of gender, I guess it was. I didn't detect any bias. Maybe there was some. I mean, there were 3 men and 1 woman, so I don't know. I'd have to probably watch it again and listen to the dialogue a little bit more closely to see if there was anything else in there. And plus, I'm not, you know, that's one of my things, right? I'm neuroD. I'm not very good at detecting, you know, all the minor social cues and stuff like that in interactions. So, you know, maybe somebody else could take a look at that. I don't know. But anyway, it's you know, good movie. You know, I still recommend it. There's a little bit of bias in there. But yeah, it could be a lot worse. I've seen much worse. So, all right. So that was Decay, which yeah. So now you get the joke, right? Hunger Games, right? If you watch the movie, you get the joke. So whatever. I don't know if anybody. I left it in there. Let's see. Did I? I'll just leave it in there. Just. You know, I changed the title about halfway through the stream here to put the word Decay in there so people know what it actually is. But I think when I put it on the VOD, I'll just leave it as Hunger Games, and we'll see what people do with that. see if anybody complains. I don't think anybody will. If they watch it, they have to actually watch it. I explained the joke at the beginning of the stream, so they'll get it. So there you go. Decay. Cool. We were able to do an actual stream of a movie, which is great, and nobody can complain because it's legal. We're licensed to do it, right? They licensed it so we could do that. That's very cool. So yeah, thank you guys for doing that, for licensing that as Creative Commons. We appreciate that. And I guess that's it. So we don't next stream. I don't know what the next stream is. Probably a science stream, I think. Will be Thursday. Yeah, I'm not sure what the next one is. I think it's a science stream that we'll do next. Yeah, I don't have it up here. Yeah, I think we do a science stream next. Not sure what we'll do. I want to do a stream on time. I've been trying to research that a little bit. I've asked people and time, you know, like not just, but I mean physically, what is it? What is time? You know, it's a tough question. They even call it. They say they have a thing called the problem of time. It's a question in physics. You know what time is and how it actually works, where time comes from. You know, it's treated as a fourth dimension in Minkowski space-time, which I'm sure you heard of space-time before, and in special relativity and general relativity, it's treated as a dimension. You know. But it's probably something else. You know, it's probably something different. And the arrow of time, the fact that time only goes in one way, right? We only go from the past to the present to the future, right? It doesn't go back the other way, and we don't even know. We don't know if it can go back the other way. But all the equations, all the math says that it can. You know, the math is, for the most part, can work either way. So we'll talk about that. Maybe I'll do that next stream if I get it. If I get my get it organized enough where I can make it make sense and make it comprehensible, you know. Then we'll do it next time. Otherwise, I'll wait until I get it, you know, polished up to where I can understand what I'm talking about a little bit better and can present it well enough that people can understand it. All right then. So I appreciate you watching the stream. So this one was pretty good. Good movie for $3,000. They did a fantastic job. I hope they make other movies, and you know, learn and do each time they do it. Maybe they'll do better. Although they're physicists, right? That's probably what they want to do rather than make movies. They want to play with particle accelerators and stuff rather than make movies. I don't know. All right then. Appreciate you coming to the stream. I appreciate you watching the VOD. If you get a chance, I'm trying to get a certain number of followers so I can get to the next level or whatever at Twitch. So if you can hit the follow button on my channel on Twitch, you know, twitch.tv. That's where you go to watch Twitch, and the name of my channel is Double Tribble. And so if you go to twitch.tv, search for double tribble, and my stream will come up, and then you can just hit the follow button. I'd appreciate that. So everybody, take care. Wear your N95 mask. Wear your seatbelts. Take care of yourselves. Bye bye.